All right, let's dive into a classic today, the 1995 film Something to Talk About with Julia Roberts and Dennis Quaid. It's one of those movies that really gets you thinking, asking a pretty big question. What happens when that perfect life you've spent years building just shatters right in front of everyone?
I mean, seriously, what do you do? For Grace King Bichon, this isn't just some late night thought. It becomes her reality. One minute, she's living this seemingly flawless Southern life, and the next, it all starts to unravel, forcing not just her, but her entire family to finally face some truths they've been hiding for a very long time. So let's paint a picture of Grace's world before the explosion. On the surface, she has everything. A handsome husband, a great kid, a job she loves, working at her dad's horse stable. It's this beautiful, idyllic life. Or, so it seems from the outside. And this place, the King family horse farm, it's not just a backdrop. It's the absolute center of her universe. We're talking family legacy, her career, her whole social circle. It's all tied up in this one place. It is literally the foundation of her entire identity. And well, that foundation is about to get a major shakeup. And just like that, boom, everything changes. It's one of those moments that just slices a life in two, the before and the after. She's just driving home, minding her own business, and there he is, an undeniable, gut-wrenching betrayal right out in the open. And if seeing it with her own eyes wasn't bad enough, she gets home, and what's the first thing she hears? A message from her husband on the answering machine, lying about where he is. This right here, this is the whole story in a nutshell. The huge gap between the life she thought she had and the ugly reality. So what does she do? She doesn't just sit on it. Nope. She grabs their daughter, marches right into that restaurant, and confronts him in front of everybody. And his reaction? Even caught red-handed, his first move is to deny it, to lie right to her face. So now you've got betrayal, and you can add a big dose of gaslighting on top. And you might think that public blowup is the peak of the drama. But oh no, it's not the end of the story. Not even close. Eddie's affair is like the first crack in a dam, and now a whole firestorm of family secrets is about to come pouring through. So naturally, her world is falling apart, and she turns to her dad, the patriarch of the family, Wiley. You'd think he'd be there for her, right? Not a chance. He is completely, totally consumed by some horse competition. He offers zero comfort, zero support, just nothing. And this is where the dominoes just start toppling over, one after another. His indifference makes Grace dig a little deeper. And guess what? She finds out her dad's been cheating on her mom for years. So she tells her mom, and the whole family just implodes. Wiley gets kicked out, and decades of secrets and anger just come spewing out. It is pure chaos. All of this chaos, all of this public drama, it's all building to one huge emotional climax. After all the shouting and family meltdowns, Grace and Eddie finally get forced into a corner where they have to have a real, brutally honest conversation about what actually went wrong. Yeah, and the way they get to that conversation is a little unconventional. Things get so tense that Grace actually uses an old family recipe to lightly poison Eddie. It's a shocking moment, for sure, but it's also darkly funny, and it's the one thing that finally gets them to stop yelling and actually start talking. So Eddie finally gives his side of it. His excuse is that he cheated because their physical relationship had completely fizzled out. That's his justification for going outside the marriage to find that connection. But then Grace hits him and us with the real truth, the reason things had changed. Her withdrawal wasn't about him. It was about her. She finally says it out loud. She became depressed because she gave up her dream of becoming a veterinarian to live this perfect life that was really chosen for her, not by her. And once everything is finally out in the open, all the pain, all the secrets, something incredible happens. It's like for the first time in years, they're actually seeing each other again. They realize the love is still there, just buried under all this stuff, and they decide to at least try to work through. So this brings us to the final part of the story. What happens next? This isn't just about fixing a marriage anymore. This is about Grace finding herself again and reclaiming the future she thought was gone for good. And it all kind of comes to a head on the day of that big horse competition. It's pretty poetic, actually. You see their daughter, the next generation, get a big win. You see her father get a slice of humble pie when he loses, her parents even start to reconcile, and it all ends with Grace and Eddie sharing a quiet dance, a sign that they're ready to reconnect too.
And this newfound peace isn't just a feeling. It leads to a real, actual plan. Grace decides she's not just going to patch up her old life, she's building a new one. She's going back to college to finish her veterinarian degree. She's finally going after that dream she put on a shelf all those years ago.
And you'll love to see it, right? The film gives us that perfect, hopeful ending. We see her sitting in a lecture hall, actually doing it. She's back in school, and Eddie's right there by her side. Their relationship now rebuilt on honesty and, for the first time, a mutual respect for each other's dreams. So the movie really leaves you with this powerful thought. Grace's whole journey kind of suggests that sometimes a life has to be torn down to the studs before you can rebuild it into something that's really authentically yours. It really makes you wonder, is it ever too late to make a big change? Let us know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.